sunrise doesn't ask for permission. It spills across the sky in torrents of gold and rose, demanding attention before you even open your eyes. In these first moments, while the world still whispers in dreams, you stand at the intersection of choice and chance. You can pull the covers over your head, let the day wrestle you into its chaos, or you can rise, own these fresh minutes, and steer your life by the same power that ignites the dawn. Today, you decide which story you'll tell. The one where you were carried by events, or the one where you commanded every second. Breathe in the crisp air of possibility. Feel it fill your lungs and echo in your chest like thunder before a storm. That storm is you, your longing, your hunger, your unspoken promise to yourself that you will not be ordinary. Thomas Edison tinkered in his lab while the world slept. Andrew Carnegie sketched steel empires at breakfast. Walt Disney drew his first sketches of Mickey before the sun had fully crossed the sky. In the stillness of morning, they discovered the alchemy of greatness. They knew the secret buried in those quiet hours. Control your morning, and you control your life. Now imagine your mind as a garden. Left untended, weeds of doubt and distraction will choke the soil. But in the morning, you stand armed with the tools of intention, clarity, purpose, discipline. Plant the seeds of belief before the rooster crows. Water them with conviction. Clear away yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties. Let the light of your resolve strike every corner of your soul. This is no mere habit. It's a declaration. Your life will not sprout by accident, but by design. Your first step is mindset. Mindset is the frame through which all reality is filtered. Like Lincoln staring down division, you must stare down the internal voices that plead for comfort, for ease, for the status quo. They will whisper, "Stay in bed, you'll try again tomorrow." But Napoleon Hill taught us that faith and fear cannot coexist. Choose faith. When doubt claws at your mind, counter it with the steady rhythm of a cleansing mantra. I am the architect of my destiny. Say it under your breath as you lace up your shoes. Say it as the calm before the storm. Because the loudest battles are fought within. Win the morning, win the mind, and you begin to win everything. From mindset, you flow into belief. Belief is a molten core beneath the crust of your ambitions. Edison believed his inventions would transform the world, even when bulbs crackled and hissed. Belief fuels perseverance when results take longer than promised. It is the unspoken agreement between your present self and your future self. Carve "I believe" into your heart like a pledge. Visualize the life you crave, the connections you'll forge, the impact you'll make, the integrity you'll embody. Feel those emotions as though they are already real. That living picture begins to shape your nerve endings, redirect your energy, and draw the resources you require. Belief is both rocket fuel and compass. Without it, you drift. With it, you launch. Clarity follows belief. Vision without clarity is like a ship with no rudder, adrift in a sea of endless options. You have one life, one monument to erect. Define the stones. What career will you build? What relationships will you nourish? What legacy will you leave? Write it down on paper, stained with coffee and dawn's fresh light. Read it aloud by the window as the world awakens. Let clarity sharpen your decisions throughout the day. Each email, each conversation, each stretch of silence. Clarity turns the fog of multitasking into the laser focus of decisive action. Henry Ford once said, "Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Keep your eyes on the goal, and obstacles shrink beneath your gaze." Purpose emerges from clarity. Purpose is the drumbeat that carries you through fatigue and frustration. Walt Disney kept drawing even when his studio burned down because he was moved by the joy his creations would bring to children. What moves you? Whose life will you change? Purpose is not a vague sentiment. It is a blazing torch you carry through the darkest valleys. Anchor your morning routine to that torch. Read 10 pages of wisdom. Reaffirm your mission. Meditate on gratitude for the roof over your head. Let purpose animate every heartbeat. When evening comes and you tally your results, purpose will be your true north. Measuring success not by dollars, but by the difference you make. Discipline is the iron backbone of transformation. Without discipline, the finest goals wilt on the vine of procrastination. Famously, Jim Rohn pointed out that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Discipline is making the call you fear, writing the sentence you doubt, stepping into the gym when your muscles scream for rest. It is a series of small victories that outmatch one explosive gesture. Like a blacksmith forging steel, every repeated action hammers your character into strength. In the mornings, discipline is concrete. Action, of course, must follow discipline. Daydreams are maps without roads. You must walk the path one determined stride at a time. Andrew Carnegie began with a modest steel mill. He built it inch by inch, day by day, until he stood among the richest men in history. The law of sowing and reaping is inexorable. What you plant now, you will harvest later. Plant bold actions, reach out to mentors, deliver value without asking for pay, invest time in mastering fundamentals. When you face failure, see it not as judgment but as feedback. Ford's first Model A prototypes exploded in flames. But he learned from every detonation. He did not worship comfort, he worshipped progress. Gratitude is the polish on every achievement. Countless studies show that gratitude rewires the brain toward positivity. Yet the greatest minds in history, from Lincoln to Carnegie, understood its power in practice. Before Edison lit up the world, he thanked every colleague who kept the lantern lit in that dusty workshop. Gratitude in the morning is not sentimentality, it is a strategic mindset. Write 3 things you're grateful for, close your eyes and feel the warmth of each blessing. Let gratitude repel envy, regret, and fear. It is the silent guardian of your happiness, arming you to face challenges with an unwavering heart. Adaptability and resilience walk hand in hand. The storms will come, market crashes, personal setbacks, technology, revolutions. Carnegie's steel empire faced fierce competition. Disney's dream was nearly crushed by bankruptcy. Yet they bent like reeds in the wind and bounced back stronger. In the morning light, rehearse your capacity for adaptation. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Then chart the steps you would take to rise again. This mental rehearsal is not pessimism, it is preparation. When reality strikes, you will have the blueprints to rebuild, the courage to innovate, and the wisdom to pivot. Learning is the vessel that carries you forward. In the first hour of each day, commit to learning something new. Read a biography of Lincoln's leadership, listen to a lecture on quantum leaps in business, or study the techniques of a master craftsman. Knowledge without application is like a seed in fallow earth. It must be sown with action. Jim Rohn taught that formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. In this era of information abundance, what you choose to learn and how you apply it will separate you from the crowd. Now, feeling the pulse of morning thrumming through your veins, sense the transformation already at work. Your mind is sharper, your purpose crisper, your resolve unbreakable. You stand not at the mercy of the day, but as its master craftsman, carving it into the shape you desire. Every moment from here is yours to command. Let the world witness the dawn of a new version of you, one forged by intentional mornings and relentless action. As the sun climbs higher, you carry this fire into every task, every handshake, every breath. You own your day, and in owning your day, you own your life.